Alex, in what event will Kate win her first Olympic gold?
Ooh, 2 breasts. She's been cranking out. She's been cranking out those 2 breast 50s. She's with the boys. She's got them.
And Kate, what about Alex?
2 IM.
I'd say you're tracking pretty well on that front. Welcome to Social Kick. I'm Brian Lundquist. We got a full crew today. He's Dr. John Mullen, Luke Paddington, and joining us from the East Coast, Alex Walsh, Kate Douglas. What's going on?
Hey.
It's good to have you on. So I want to start with a little game that we're going to play called Say My Name. So Kate, if you and Alex were a celebrity couple like Bennifer or Brangelina, what would your celebrity couple name be?
Calix.
I mean, I think Calix is really the only option since our name starts with an A.
We were looking for a wall ass. That's what it was going to be.
That could work too. I don't think I like that one as much, though.
For either of you, in what year did the popular sitcom Kate and Allie debut?
Is this a real
I've
show?
never heard of it.
It's a real show.
I've never heard of it, guys. I'm sorry.
I've never heard of it either.
I've never heard of that.
Definitely predates you. 1984.
Oh, I was gonna guess 1983. Okay,
No.
but whatever.
All right. Alex, how many letters are in Kate's middle name?
Oh, I know this.
I don't think I know the answer to this.
10? Or is it
I counted
11?
11.
I think it's 11.
Oh,
You think? Isn't it your name?
I had to count with my fingers just then, but yeah.
is it 2 L's?
Yes.
Oh, that's where it got me.
Kate, what's the history on the name?
Yeah, everyone always asks this because it's just a very unique middle name, but it's just a family name. I think it's like my mom's great grandma's maiden name or something like that. So,
Well, we have to say it for people listening.
it's Cadwallader.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's
I think it's
different.
cool too. Yeah, I like it when people. I have a friend whose middle name is Livingston. Hannah Livingston is her middle name, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, Todd
Family
loves
names.
part of it, so
I got a
Todd
family.
uses everyone's middle names to their
yeah.
against them.
When you're in
what way?
trouble,
Laugh
Is
at
it when
them
you're in
Yeah,
trouble?
he calls you your middle name.
and then just laughs at you.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Todd's middle name?
I don't even
oh,
know.
Michael? Maybe?
It's something
Someone
really
with an
basic.
M.
Something
Someone
really
with an M.
basic.
You got to throw that shade back.
I know. We're gonna figure that out.
You can't just take it. It can't just be a one-way street. Hey, talk to us about how the season's gone so far. You guys are coming off of 2 amazing NCAA years, and that was maybe the most dominant performance I've ever seen at an NCAAs. And it's a good way to welcome myself. I'd never been to the women's meet before. It's been a lot of years. I was going to the men's meet and then on staff, but yeah, so amazing performances. And then you guys also had some travel in the middle of the year this year with Short Course World. So a little bit of different season, but we want to talk about, Virginia Cavaliers and the whole team and how things have changed. So just, Kate, what's been different about this season so far, and what's been your assessment of just the way that this team is coming together and how training is going this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a really great season so far. Everyone has just, we've meshed well with the first years, and it's been exciting, seeing them kind of integrate into the training and, seeing them kind of get faster and kind of figure out, I guess, just, how they belong here and what, they can contribute to the team. But yeah, it's just, we've been happy with, I guess, all of the dual meets so far and all of the performances and everything. And it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's been I would say our season has been different than past seasons. We haven't had as many dual meets, which has been a little odd, I feel like, because we haven't gotten a lot of chances to race. But I feel like, at least I feel like this, we're really ready to go to ACCs and NCs and pop off, because we haven't really gotten many chances to do that. And like she said, the first year class, we have a lot of girls coming. I think we had 6 girls And we just got Amy Caney from South Africa, so that's been really awesome having her here as well. And we're just really excited to go to NCs. I think we have a little bit more like nerves, but I think that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Could either of you have imagined an NCAA record being broken in a dual meet? And if so, which one of you may have come close to that?
I
Leon
mean,
Marshall
I think-
said the NCAA. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably Kate could take it in a dual meet. I mean, it'd be hard.
I mean, I could see Gretchen doing it,
Or,
she's
yeah.
not here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've definitely thrown down some pretty crazy dual meet times, which has definitely been a confidence boost, and it's exciting to have the team be able to be there to cheer us on during those. But yeah, I don't know.
What do you
Yeah.
think about this trend toward more tech suits and dual meets? I know not everybody's doing it, but it seems to be a more frequent thing. Do you think that's a good thing?
I think like I guess I'm indifferent to. I mean, I don't know. I like swimming in a practice suit and a dual meet like as the default, but I think especially like when we just had our UNC NC State tri meet, swimming the 4 IM suited just made it like a lot more exciting and what's the word, like bearable, I guess, because you feel faster.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I think it's kind of fun to have like one event, I think, per meet like be suited. I think that's something that's kind of like different, a little bit of a surprise, fun.
Yeah. I mean, races are definitely like they definitely feel different in a tech suit, so it's good to get more experience racing in one. But I enjoy doing dual meets just in a regular practice suit just because I don't like putting a tech suit on.
That's also true.
So like, why do that more times than you need to?
I don't know what event you guys don't swim, but is there a dual meet recently that you swam an event that you wanted to that you don't get a chance to at the big meets, just to like test it out and feel it out? If so, what was it?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if when I do swim an off event, I usually like to swim like 100 back or 100 breast because I never really swim those at like championship meets because I guess like my points wouldn't really be worth it in those events. But I like swimming. I like trying those two out.
Yeah.
Wait, define an off event for Kate Douglas. 100
Yeah, off
breast
event.
off
She's like,
event.
no breast. It's like so bad.
Yeah, I don't know if they're really like they are off events, but you know.
I swam 100 free against Tech, and honestly, that is an off event for me, and I really do not like it. It is so painful. That is one event I don't like, but an off event I do like. I guess it's.
I mean,
hard
you don't
because
have a
I
lot of
don't-
off events.
Yeah, I mean, 50
so
free that's always a great.
50 free is great.
It's always a great choice.
Great.
So is 100 free harder than 200 or 400 IM?
Yes, 100 free is harder than 200 IM. Wait,
It depends.
I don't know.
I feel like
I
it just
don't know about
depends.
wait, definitely not harder than the 4, but maybe the 2. It's definitely harder than the 200 free though.
What about pacing? Do you think that I was thinking about this the other day, and in part because we were talking to Leon about his crazy dual meets, and he was talking about breaststroke and how that didn't make him feel as tired for the IM if he was doing breaststroke beforehand for some reason. And I was just thinking about like pacing. Do you feel like, because 200 IM always looks so brutal, and I mean you guys have both had some epic battles on the last 50 of a 200 IM. We've watched Michael Andrew just gut it out in a total ballsy way to swim the 200 IM, and the whole world just be like, come on, dude, finish it. But I've always found that for some reason, when you combine all 4 strokes, that it's so much harder than just pacing 450s of the same stroke. Do you think that's true? Is there kind of a different pacing strategy that you have to figure out for IM versus other strokes?
I don't know. I mean, I think I definitely kind of like prefer when we're doing like practices and like 50s pace. I kind of like doing IM because like mixing, getting to like switch the strokes up is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It maybe just because it's like you're just doing something different, but it is also kind of like each stroke is like a different feeling a little bit. And I mean, yeah, breaststroke like doesn't like hurt my body the same way that the other strokes do. So it is nice to switch it up in practice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, well, also like the 200 IM, I feel like is way more of just sprint all 4 legs as opposed to a 200 of stroke where you kind of have like a I mean, everyone has a different race strategy, but there's more of a strategy, I feel like. And then in the 2 IM, you just kind of sprint every stroke, and then the breaststroke just kind of like weeds people out. And then, like,
the 200 IM as a race is definitely maybe like the most painful 200. I feel like towards the end, just because it's just all out sprint from the beginning, unlike other races where it's more of a pace kind of event.
Well, us 3 are non-breaststrokers, so we are the 3 that would be weeded us out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, Leon.
I've done 56. That's respectable.
Moving on. All right. So, obviously, when we were talking with Leon, or not obviously, but we were talking with him last time, and he mentioned that the breaststroke didn't wear him out. Sounds like, Kate, you're in agreement. Is this just for like short course yards? Doing breaststroke events isn't as taxing, and how does it for long course too?
Yeah, I honestly do find that I'm not as exhausted after a breaststroke race. I don't know if that's like a good thing or not. Like, I don't really know, but yeah, I just find that it doesn't like hurt my body the way that like an all out like 100 free would. I don't know. It's just like a different stroke. It just, I just feel it. It just feels different to me, but definitely I think long course hurts it more. Like a long course 200 breaststroke, that one I'll be pretty tired after. So I think it just depends on the race, but yeah, a short course yards, 100 breaststroke, that one's not too bad in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like honestly, I've talked a little like I was talking to Ellen else about this like the other day. Like the 2 breast doesn't hurt that much. Like it hurts, but it's like not as bad as some other races. And I think like that it's not because it's not a hard event because it is, but I think like when you train for it, there's something about breaststroke where it's like if you train for it, you're gonna be like prepared for it. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Like
it's
sometimes it can feel really good.
Yeah, like if you're in the rhythm for it, then it's gonna feel really good, and you're gonna feel really strong the whole way through. Like I don't feel like that really comes along in a 2 fly. I've never felt that way.
Yeah, the end of the 2 IM would never.
Or a 2 IM. Like you're always in pain.
Do you do lactate testing after races? And if so, is there a difference between IM and 100 free?
We don't.
We should
do that.
And we don't. But we really should.
We don't.
Because I'm wondering if that feeling is a different lactate production, right? And like
it probably
higher power output and hypoxic nature of sprint freestyle, maybe sort of a different physiological result than just like more aerobic but still anaerobic, like you're sort of in a different system of breaststroke.
Yeah.
So, Kate, we asked Lily in, I think it was April after World Trials, because it was right after NCAAs. You just beat her NCAA record. And we had asked her if she wanted to race yards and how she felt about breaking the record. And she was fired up. She's like, you let her know I'm ready for her. I want to race Kate in the 200 breaststroke yards.
Okay, so
I think I do remember saying that.
Can we make that happen?
I mean,
heads up, straight up. It'd be like Dressel's 50 under 20 or whatever with the laser. We'll just do like a special event. It's like you and Lily.
Yeah, no. If we want to make a separate meet just to do that, I mean, go for it.
I'd watch.
Me too.
It would be a good race.
So 350 freestylers who cannot swim breaststroke. Kate, how do you do it? How do you do the 200 breaststroke of all time? Has it always been something you did as a kid, or you just played around and oh wow, it happened? Explain that whole development.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess like throughout high school, I kind of like swam, a bunch of different events, and like I feel like each year I kind of like chose a different event to focus on. So I did used to swim the 200 breaststroke in high school, and then I kind of just like hit a wall in it. So then I just decided I was going to stop swimming it for a while. And then I got to UVA and I swam it and it went like really well. So then I was like, maybe I'll try to train for it. And yeah, I've started to like it a lot more now. But
I wonder, so I remember I swam butterflies my third event for 3 years. And then I remember one day we were doing underwaters and I was doing underwater my back and I like popped a pretty good time at a 25 underwater my back. And we're like, hey, that was pretty good. Maybe we should do 100 backstroke instead. And then like I ended up finaling in the 100 back, and it was just like that was a good choice. So sometimes I feel like the training kind of chooses the event schedule for you. But it sounds like, maybe there's sometimes with the versatility of you both that you can also kind of call your shot. So Alex, how does that work out in terms of event selection, given your versatility? I mean, how much of it is like, okay, what does the team need versus what do I want to do versus like, what am I showing in training that makes me be like, I probably shouldn't look away from that if I'm, flashing really good times in X?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a balance between like what the team needs in terms of points. Like I think that's definitely more important at ACCs, and then we're fortunate because like at NCs, it's not going to matter what we swim as long as we're like scoring where we were last year. I mean, we won all 3 of our events last year, so just getting like as many points as possible. So like Todd always says, he's like, just choose whichever events you're most excited for. I feel like for us, that's kind of what Kate was talking about, like in high school when she didn't like the 2 breasts and now she likes it again. Like I feel like we're very, I don't know, I feel very grateful to have like such a wide selection of events to choose from, but at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to like what we're most excited for, because that's the event that we're going to do the best in. But yeah, like you said, also in training, I think you get a lot of your confidence and that excitement like comes from the times you're doing, and like I guess for me, it's like looking at 2 breasts versus 2 fly on that last day. So just kind of thinking about like what I'm feeling in practice, and then also what am I just most amped up to swim for.
Mm-hmm.
Could you guys describe the UVA training group setup and then how each of you fits in? Like, where do you go on a Tuesday when it's sprint day? You know what I mean? Like, so what's the setup, and then how do you guys fit into different groups or coaches who you work with? I'm so confused. I have no idea what you do.
Yeah, we have 4 groups. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's sprint group, which is Todd's group, and then there's, I don't even know, like 2 like mid-distance stroke kind of, and then what's like Blair?
And then yeah, like there's the distance group is kind of like boys and girls. It used to be separated, but then we combined. So Kate's all Todd.
Yeah, I'm full sprint group.
Yeah, Kate's full sprint group, and I'm in distance group with Blair Bachman, but I would say I train with Blair a lot in the fall, doing like 4 a.m. Like freestyle threshold stuff, but then it changes because definitely moving more towards NCs, I'll train with Todd more. And like I always do 50 free with Todd's group on Mondays. That's like the best practice of the week. But yeah, we actually have 2 like very different training schedules just because we're in 2 different groups. But it's kind of funny because we swim a lot of the same events.
Yeah, but yeah, people like bounce around a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, Alex and I do practice together sometimes, but
not as often as people think.
Yeah,
like a lot of people are like, what is it like training with Kate all the time? And I'm like, we swim together like twice, 3 times a week.
Yeah, like I train with Gretchen every single day, but I never train with Alex.
Yeah, so if you're in sprint group all the time, do you get any 2 breast work in, or does that just sort of happen at the end of the season?
Yeah, so I do try to get a 200 breaststroke workout in once a week. So that's when, usually on Saturdays, we have like 2 like team workouts where you're either doing like kind of like a freestyle practice or a 200 stroke practice, and that's when like the whole team is together. So that's what I do then. But this year I've also tried focusing a lot on doing 100 breaststroke practices, which is helping my 200. So when Todd's group does 100 speed, I do breaststroke sometimes, and I definitely think that's been helping my 200 a lot as well.
Can you talk about like an example set that would be for 2 breasts?
For 2 breast?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess a lot of the time it's just a lot of 50s, on repeat, trying to hit your pace. And in the fall, we did it a lot long course, so it was more long course 2 pace sets. But now we focus more on short course. But I don't know. It's just usually a lot of 50s. I don't know if you can think
recently, I'll give you a recent one. So the other week we did like 6 100s, 8 75s, 12 50s, all at 200 pace. That was hard.
I didn't do that.
That's like middle distance. We'll do that set. Like they'll do those sets like all the time.
Yeah, somebody
But
who's in a sprint group all the time doesn't do work sets like that.
No, that's like,
Unread.
Middle distance does probably like 3 200 stroke practices a week.
They do a
and
lot.
I just do one.
Yeah.
So.
What's an example of something that you've walked into practice and there's been a set on the board and you're like, oh my god, I just want to turn around and go back?
That's probably for me. I think my least favorite practice of the week is we do a 200 free practice where it's just a lot
those
of
are
like
hard.
50s, like all out freestyle. And I really don't like that one. It's pretty hard. And we started doing it. We used to do it Monday afternoons, but now we do it Monday morning. So it's just like you have the weekend off, you come in Monday morning, and it's just like a 2-hour 200 freestyle practice. And it's really hard to just like get your mind into that practice.
We used to do 50 free Monday mornings. That was like a great start to the week. And now she does 2 free and I do 4 a.m. on Monday mornings.
So,
it's literally
it's rough.
so bad.
Yeah.
Easy end of the week.
Yeah, wake up.
I remember the best Monday morning of my life. I walked into practice and David Marsh goes, okay, anybody who swims the 100 freestyle, come over here. And there were like 8 of us. And we walk over there to that group. And then we proceed to go back to the locker room, put clothes on, walk across campus to where the gymnastics team worked out. And then we just got to do like flips into the foam pit the whole time during morning workout while everybody else was.
That sounds really great.
There would probably be like a fight on our team if that happened. There would be some like quarreling.
Oh yeah, believe me, we had to kind of keep it tight.
Distance group would not be happy.
No.
Okay, we got to get to know the rest of the people on the team. So we have some team personalities or superlatives, and I need your help nominating who would embody this character trait. Who on the team is the enforcer? Somebody who, like, if someone's out of line, that they're going to say the hard thing to say to keep, like, maybe a first year in line.
Maddie Donohoe.
Yeah, we have our captains.
All the captains are kind of coming to mind. I don't know.
But they are enforced in a good way.
Yeah, I would say like in the past, some of the captains have been a little bit more aggressive with that, but I think the captains have gotten nicer throughout the years.
Yeah, like Maddie definitely.
Yeah, Maddie Donohoe
she keeps things in line.
A good enforcer of the rules. You know?
She'll get it. Sometimes if you're a captain, you kind of can't say the hardest thing because you have to kind of toe the line. I feel like sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean also Abby Capella from Minnesota. She'll call you out.
Yeah, that's true.
She's
With a
sexy.
Minnesota accent, though?
With a Minnesota accent, yeah.
Oh, that's not right.
You betcha.
Yeah.
All right, who's the class clown?
I don't know.
There's so many.
I know.
I mean, Gretchen's pretty funny.
Gretchen does come to mind. So does like Abby Capella a little bit.
Gretchen, Abby, Anna's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anna Keating.
Maxine maybe.
Maxine is like
Something
funny
else.
without trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's always those. Okay, most likely to start a $1 billion company.
Like Lexi Cuomo.
Oh, Lexi Cuomo probably.
She's super smart.
She's very smart.
All right, and who's most likely to be late to practice?
Probably her, honestly. She's late all the time.
Yeah, probably me.
She's the last one.
Well,
there.
actually, no, I'm not always the last one. Or Abby Capella's getting all of them.
But Alex is.
We
not
got some people
punctual.
on the team who like to sleep in, yeah. And not miss practice, but almost.
Just take more prep time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us just
What-
value our beauty rest.
I want to get to know you. Let's get to know you two a little bit, though. Like non-swimming, but maybe stuff. Alex, who are you outside of swimming? I've read about seemingly your passion for Title IX, for NIL, your apparel deal that you have with some outlet. Talk about what's your passion outside of the pool and a bit more about you, Natalie.
Yeah, I'm sponsored by Swim Outlet. That's been really fun. Me and Gretchen had like our suit collection release in the fall. I'm a computer science major, so I'm definitely into, I feel like I kind of have a creative mindset. Yeah, I like teamwork. But yeah, I'm also really into like interior design and stuff like that. So that's a little bit. of what I do outside. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time outside the pool. Mostly I just kind of like hang out with my teammates and like talking about stuff that doesn't have to do with swimming.
I'd say we both like to bake. You bake banana
Oh
bread a
yeah,
lot.
I made banana
I
bread
bake
last night.
cookies a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
What about you, Kate? What else? Baking?
What?
You got to publish that recipe. I want to see it.
I know.
It's the bag. It's the one on
she
the back
doesn't
of the
make
Nestle
it.
Toll House.
Oh wait, I guess she does
No.
make it. Okay.
It's just on the back of the Nestle Toll House chocolate chip bag.
Yeah.
It's that one.
Secret's out.
Don't tell people that. Just say it's my original.
No one needs to know.
So, Kate, are you a New Yorker? Are you? I mean, is that your whole values? Is the culture, the teams, like, can that define you almost a little bit, or not really?
Yeah, I would definitely say, I'm from New York, and I definitely would, say I'm a New Yorker. My parents both lived in the city, and I was born in the city, and then they moved to the suburbs after I was born. So I've lived there my whole life, and I grew up going into the city and stuff. And eventually, I want to move back there because I just think it's kind of my vibe for sure.
What's a grandma pizza?
I don't know what that is.
I learned it here in New York. A grandma pizza. Is a whole thing.
I don't know what that means.
It's a square cut pizza that they're selling at the joint.
I've had that before. I didn't know it was called.
Yeah, it's called grandma.
But yeah, those are really good.
Kate's probably the biggest pizza lover on the team.
Love pizza.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of pizza? Because they got some weird ones here in New York. They got some funny ones.
I just like a classic pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, legit.
I always go for that.
So I want to talk about a little bit, expand on the NIL piece, because I mean, it's certainly changed the landscape for other sports, and it seems like maybe it just hasn't hit swimming as deeply yet. It's kind of reaching the top tier, but do you think that that's a positive impact? I mean, besides the fact that it gives you an opportunity to truly be a professional and kind of tread into what life beyond swimming might look like, as well as, make some money doing it. But do you think on the whole that's a positive impact for college sports and or college swimming? And also, what do you think swimmers can do to kind of lean into that further to realize, professional opportunities earlier? I mean, especially given how much time you have on your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think for non-revenue sports like swimming, this NIL deal stuff it's been great. Honestly, like we both feel really lucky to be NCAA athletes at this time when we're able to like capitalize on all this work that we've been putting in, because it's not light work at all. But I have like seen things on like basketball and football and about how the new NIL deals that they like have created some problems, and I haven't done like a lot of research on that, but I think like moving forward, maybe a way to make it more equal among all sports is to like have a national standard, because I know right now it's like governed by states, which I think can just be a little like finicky. But yeah, I mean, it's been great for us, and like you said, it actually has been really good experience for like what the work life will look like after swimming. I think that goes,
and I think it's just like helped add a lot of publicity for like NCAA athletes, which definitely just helps the swim community as a whole.
Yeah.
So how much for the NIL deals is it you kind of going out and seeking companies versus them coming to you? How does that whole process work on both your guys' ends? Kate, why don't you tell us what it's been like on your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think for both of us, like the companies kind of came to us, especially like after the Olympics and everything. I think we got a lot of people reaching out to us. But for me, I really only wanted to focus on just getting like a swimsuit brand deal. And, I knew that I was obviously like I'm a full-time student athlete, so I don't really have any interest in like going out to like try to do all these small little deals here and there. Like I just don't really have the time for it. It's not really worth it in my opinion. So I really just focused on just obtaining a swimsuit brand deal. And they reached out to me about that. So that's pretty much all I've really been doing since like the new law came out.
Yeah, I'd say like most of the, especially like the major like swimsuit brands, they would reach out to us first. But I mean, there were a lot of people on the Olympic team that would like be DMing companies and stuff and being like, "Hey, I want to be a brand ambassador." People on our team do that all the time with like Pit Vipers, those glasses.
Yeah,
People try to get deals.
Yeah, like definitely after the Olympics,
like smaller.
When like I feel like we had just like gained a lot of publicity and stuff. Like we were all just DMing companies, like trying to get like free stuff, here and there.
It was more like us just trying to shoot our shot unrealistically with like. Like, I remember Jake Mitchell was DMing, like, Pop-Tarts because he wanted, like, a Pop-Tart sponsorship.
Yeah, a lot of the companies did not.
They didn't respond, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you got to hustle. That's, I mean, I hear you.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, like, if you don't have time to do it, you don't have time to do it, right? But, like, that in a large part is what professional swimming is, especially if you're not winning Olympic gold, and I think you two will have a great opportunity to be sought after, but for, most of the rest of the professional class of swimming, let's say, for example, like if you looked at the entire participantship in ISL, 90% of those athletes, well, maybe if we assume that it's all like the same landscape in the US, because Europeans and others have different sort of commercial opportunities depending on their country. But like most of those athletes aren't athletes that brands are going to reach out to. They're the kinds who most of the income that they get will be having to shoot their shot and raise their hand and be in Pop-Tarts. And if you love Pop-Tarts, just do it, right? That's great.
Yeah,
it's great alignment for Jake Mitchell. Why not?
I think we've definitely learned kind of how to like interact with brands and companies. It's been a very valuable experience.
How much do you have to remind them who you are? Does it depend on the time? Like right after Tokyo, probably not, but maybe a year later before Worlds you had to. Maybe not you two, but maybe still. How much did they know your performances?
I think that depends on like the brand. Like obviously if it's a swimming centralized
if it's a swimming brand or a swimsuit brand, they kind of know everything and everyone. Good. So there wasn't much of that I had to deal with, I don't think.
Yeah, but definitely other people like that aren't really as familiar with swimming, they definitely are like, tell me about yourself. Yeah. And you kind of have to be like, oh, I medaled at the Olympics. You're like, oh, casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned the Olympics. I'd love to go back to the 200 IM at Olympic trials and then the Olympics. I mean, we watched those races this morning, and man, they were such exciting races, both of them. I forgot how close both of those were. I'd love if each of you could just describe what you remember, maybe first with the Olympic trial 200 IM and then the Olympics. Kate, why don't we start with what you remember about that 200 IM from Olympic trials?
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty crazy race. I mean, I remember before the race, that's like the most nervous I've ever been in my life, and I never want to feel that way again. I just felt like I was gonna faint beforehand. I don't think I like spoke to anyone. I think my teammates like described me as like going mute before the race. I just kind of sat there and was like,
I don't even like remember.
No, but I just
or like anything.
Yeah, I just remember during the race. The only thing I remember is like the last 50. I mean, I just saw that like Madison Cox was like so far ahead of me, and I was like, well, I didn't make it. Like, all right, so much for that. And I pretty much just was like, okay, I'm gonna get like 5th, and I thought I was like in 5th place until I touched the wall and like saw that Alex and I had made it. So I was pretty shocked at the end of that race.
You were catching her. You didn't see it?
Girl, no. I just thought I gave up at that point mentally, but I was like, I'm just gonna finish it as hard as I can, and I did, and
it paid off.
It paid off. But yeah, so I had no idea how close that race was until my parents like showed me it like a few days later, and I was like, wait a second, this is kind of crazy. Like how close that was. I had no idea until after I rewatched it. But yeah,
so close. And Alex, how about yourself? What do you remember? And do you remember what Margalis said to you afterwards? She like rushed over and was talking. You just looked exhausted, and it was one of the funniest moments. Maybe not funniest, but I was just like, I could tell you were just exhausted, and Mel was so excited for you. What do you remember about the race, and what do you remember about her maybe telling you as well?
I feel like honestly I don't even remember the before the race that much. I remember like semis a lot more because I think I swam a better race. I mean, Okay, so something about me is that I throw up after a lot of my races. And I think that has to do with the lactic acid stuff that we were talking about earlier. So
So we're
that's
just
why
trying not to throw up on Mel? Is that what was going on the whole time?
essentially, yes, essentially. I remember like seeing that I was ahead, seeing that I was ahead on the freestyle, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna make the Olympic team. And then I remember hitting literally a brick wall at the 15-meter mark, and I was like, no, I'm going to lose it. And, like, I can't even believe. I mean, every time I watch it, it looks like I get
every
third.
time we watch it, we're like, oh, my God, it's horrible to watch.
And honestly, I barely remember anything after seeing, seeing 1 and 2 next to our names.
That was the greatest feeling, just, like, being able to experience that together, and like our team just like being there going crazy. Like it was just so awesome.
But Mel came up to me after, and she was like, she just pretty much was like, wow, I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy for you. And that meant a lot because like she's been she was a really big role model of mine in high school because I would race her a lot. And she was like one of the only older girls that I raced like consistently, so we became like good friends and good like competitors. That was really nice just to have her as like a mentor almost. But yeah, and then I threw up afterwards. Yeah, like I pretty much don't remember anything after getting out of the pool.
Yeah.
Is that how every race story ends for you? And then
a lot of
I threw up afterwards.
Pretty much every single
Almost
one of my
all
best.
Of the 200 IMs.
Yeah, all of the 2 IMs at all the big meets.
Yeah.
How do you not do it while being interviewed right after your race? Like, sorry, Rowdy. Like,
I have had to do that before. I have had to be like, I have to go, and then I don't know how it doesn't happen. I think it. Yeah, I've been lucky.
Somebody to be honest, like, leave me alone now. I'm good. Anyway, Erica Sullivan said on the show that she was in the ready room for the 1500, and the whole ready room just stopped and was cheering that race, and we're loving that race. They forgot about the 1500 and watch you guys watch and race. And she says, she loves when swimmers just love watching swimming. What is it? What at trials did you guys enjoy watching? What was something that moved you at trials?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly was swimming a lot, so I didn't watch a lot of races myself. But I mean, I do remember like watching like Emma's 400 IM and like watching her make it. Just kind of watching like all my friends make the team and like seeing like Reagan make the team and Phoebe. Like those are it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the 200 back was pretty like emotional to watch and definitely like a good race. I would say. Like also, I guess for me, because like seeing Gretchen compete on the last day in the 50 free, like that was pretty, like I was really invested in that race and obviously was just like wanted to watch her swim and bounce back after a disappointing 100 free. And I don't think she expected to make the team in the 50, but just seeing how she was happy after that race, like that was something that I remember and like value a lot.
I had a feeling. When I touched and I did a really good swim, I felt great. When I saw my brother have a really good swim, the feeling inside of me was even stronger. Do you feel like that when you see your sister? Like this?
Yeah, definitely. Like I remember watching her at NCAAs last year, and when she went 49 flat in the 100 backstroke, I literally was like, I couldn't even describe how like happy I was. Like I've never even been that happy for myself. I literally just went up to her, and all I wanted to do was just give her a hug. And she didn't even win. She got second, but I still was like just so happy for her because I thought that was so fast. I mean, it was so fast.
What's the feeling like when she's anchoring the 4 free relay and you guys are dominating and she's pulling away? What's that?
I'm like, thank God she's got it.
Yeah,
like,
we're
whenever
like,
they anchor,
when she dives in, honestly, we're like, okay, we're good. She's got it. She's gonna go something crazy fast.
We're like,
we're chilling.
Yeah, Gretchen's got it.
That's a special feeling.
What about her person?
Honestly, like that's the best part about being on a relay at Virginia is like you are never like nervous. Like you get nervous, but it's like we have so much confidence in everyone else. Even if you're like a little like nervous for yourself, you're so confident in everyone else. And I think like that's, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a pretty
cool.
good, like it's a good feeling.
All right, circling back here to the Olympics now on that 2 IM.
Oh yeah,
Alex, how about you? What do you remember about that race and the finals of the 2 IM, other than the post race vomit?
Other than that, yeah, I remember we were right next to each other for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were.
also. I was most nervous for that race.
I mean,
of the
yeah,
whole
I was
summer.
also freaking out before that.
I would say we were both freaking out before
Yeah.
that, but like internally. I remember like the breaststroke really well on that one because I remember like feeling really strong on the breaststroke, and that was like a rare occurrence for me. And then the freestyle, like just kind of like looking around and seeing that you're in the field for a medal, like that's pretty motivating at the end of that. And then seeing that we had gotten like silver and bronze, that was also that was even. I don't know if that was better than making the Olympics, but I mean, it felt so good.
It just felt like surreal. It just was like, wow, like we just did that like together. Like it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It looked like you guys had a moment in the pool with each other
We
post
did have a
race.
moment.
Yeah, we did.
What was that about?
I think like that was both of us. Like, I mean, I think the whole summer was like our first experience doing this on this stage, and that in itself is pretty like scary. And then the Olympic. I mean, I don't know. The whole thing was just such a journey, and I think
was
coming out with both of us on a medal.
Because I mean, I think for me going into it, I like at first I was like, wow, I made the team, like that's all I wanted, and then I was like, there's no way I can like win a medal, and then just like finally see myself do that, I was just like kind of in awe.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind? I'm going to ask you both this. So, Alex, you were in front at the 175. Did you know you're in front, and if so, what went through your head?
I did not know I was in front,
'Cause you didn't see her.
but I saw her, Yui. I could see her, and I was like, but I honestly was like so motivated just to finish because it was like it was painful. Like I didn't really think about like I could see her, and we were definitely pushing each other, but I was like, I wasn't even disappointed to like get the silver, which I'm happy about. Like obviously, I don't be disappointed in getting an Olympic medal. I think after the race, when I had seen that she'd only beat me by like a 10th, I was like, man, it's close.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Whatever. I was like super happy with my swim, and obviously super happy that we had both been able to be on the podium. So it was really, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better experience.
Yeah.
On the video I watched this morning, they said, and the Americans with the minor medals. What do we think about the term minor medals at the Olympics?
I mean, I guess if someone wants to call it that, sure, but I was pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I think
I was like,
minor medals.
It's a well media trained.
Yeah, I mean, just getting any medal was good with me. So, you know, I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better than that.
We were just talking to Bruno Fratis, and he had maybe one of the most memorable medals of that games and winning a bronze in the 50 free. But he expressed to us that he thought that the medal was going to change him more than than it really did. And then at the end of the day, he's like, it's just a paperweight. Do you feel different being an Olympic medalist now, or just another one like you've been winning blue ribbons your whole career?
I mean, I think it definitely felt different. I think that whole summer just kind of like boosted my confidence in myself as a swimmer and just like as an athlete in general. But I mean, for me, like, yeah, an Olympic medal, just like, it's very different than like any other accomplishment. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it made me feel different. I still feel like I don't know. I think it's more than just the medal.
Yeah.
I think it's like the medal combined with the whole experience of going to the Olympics and doing something that you never thought you were going to be able to do. Like, I think that in itself, like the medal is great, but I think it represents like a lot more of what we're actually proud of, which is like
that whole summer, I think kind of changed me, not just the medal.
Yeah, but I haven't even looked at my medal in a really long time.
Yeah. Mine just kind of stays hidden.
Yeah, like I haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
You talked about the experience at Olympics and how it helped you, Kate, especially. What are you looking forward to at NCAAs in terms of the experience? I not performances, but what is it that you're looking forward to this year? Obviously there are going to be some nerves, there's excitement, it's fun. It's in Knoxville. What are you guys looking forward to most?
I know. Well, it's my last one, which is kind of crazy. So I think it's going to be like just really emotional, especially just with the other girls in my class. This will be our fourth one, our last one. So it's just going to be, I'll be very sentimental probably. So I'm kind of just looking forward to just really trying to enjoy the moment with my teammates. Just kind of take it all in, It's just kind of crazy that, that's going to be my last college meet ever. But yeah, and it's also just kind of weird because like last year's performance for me was just like so great that I don't really know how I can kind of top that. So I'm kind of just going into it, just I don't know, just trying to have fun and see what I'm capable of. I don't know.
You, Alex?
I would say kind of like the same. I think we both this whole year like have had this really big expectation that we want to live up to, which was how we did last year. But I think like I feel like the team mentality is going to be really essential for me, at least in the next coming weeks, just because like I don't know. I think it's going to be a better motivator if I think about like how it's going to be really competitive at NCs. And so just doing what I can for like my teammates, I hope that's kind of like what brings me to the wall first, hopefully, but we'll see.
I love racing. It's the funnest thing what we do. And I don't know if that's what you mean by having fun, but what races are you looking forward to? What showdowns are you looking forward to between personally and maybe teams for relays?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to swim the first day of NCAAs, so I don't really know that yet. But I think the relays this year are going to be a lot more competitive, between us and like the top few teams. So I'm excited for that. It'll be fun. I'm definitely nervous, but I think those are going to be some really good races, and we're going to have some really good competition in those. And I mean, I'm just excited to see all of my teammates race. I can't really think of a particular one. I don't know.
I feel like
Kate, you're trying to choose between the 500 free or the 500 free. Is that what?
Yeah.
Wait, is diving that day too? Is there a diving event on that day?
I used to dive back in the day.
I would say, I'm like really excited for the 4 medley relay. I feel like that one's going to be really a good showdown between several really good groups of girls. So, individually, I don't know. I guess, you know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for the 4 a.m.
Are you something that?
Yeah, me and Ella taking that down. Hopefully we're good 4 a.m. training partners. And obviously I've been training with her since I was in 7th grade. And this is also a big meet for her. So doing that with her, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think definitely also just like watching like my 4th year teammates last like swims ever, because a lot of them are just going to be done after that meet. So just seeing them finish their last race ever is going to be kind of crazy.
Often it's that teammate who, not you guys, who probably going to win 3 championships, et cetera, and get those points, but it's that person who all of a sudden got an A swim, or got a second swim even, who got those extra points for you. Is that what you're looking forward to? And who are those people you're looking forward to achievements to do well this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely different, like for us going into a meet like this, because Todd like always has these meetings and talks about, trying to be better than you were last year. But for us, it's not really possible to be better than we were last year. So like, it's kind of like we can't score any more points than we did last year. So it's kind of about, all the other swimmers trying to maybe get more A final swims and B final swims. And I think that's what's exciting is, watching your teammates, I guess just kind of surprise themselves and do better than they did last year, do better than they thought they would.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the like 2nd year girls, Gretchen's class, I think they are like really looking to have a good NCs. I'm excited to watch all of them because historically also like your 2nd year of college is really where you kind of are able to show off how much you've improved over the past 2 years. So I think those girls are definitely going to have a really pivotal meet, and I'm excited to watch them.
That's good.
All right, we got some rapid fire questions for you guys to finish up.
Sweet.
Kate, what's the hardest race in swimming?
4 a.m.
Alex?
200 backstroke.
Olympic gold or world record, Alex?
Olympic gold.
Okay.
Olympic gold.
Both of you, do you pee in the pool?
Yes.
I'm not. If someone tells you they don't,
every
they're lying.
single person does.
Yeah.
Kate, if you could change the 2 IM order to a different event order, what would it be?
I don't think I would change it. The fly has to be first.
You, Alex?
I would switch fly and free. Yeah.
That's torture.
Wow.
Well, I think that would work
I
in my
very much
strengths.
disagree with that.
Like, I'd be able to play some strengths a little more.
I feel the same way about triathlon. I want swimming to be last.
Yeah.
Make the hard stuff last. All right. Kate, what's the most annoying thing Todd has said, or what's something he should stop doing?
Well, it's really annoying when he makes fun of my middle name during practice. I don't appreciate that.
We need to publicly let him know this. Alex, in what event will Kate win her first Olympic gold?
Ooh. 2 breasts. She's been cranking out. She's been cranking out those 2 breast 50s. She's with the boys. She's got them.
And Kate, what about Alex?
2 IM.
I'd say you're tracking pretty well on that front. All these close races. Well, let me just go faster and get a bigger lead. I like that. I like that approach. Yeah. Which event should be added or taken away from the NCAA event order?
Oh, 100 IM should be added.
And
I
where-
was shocked. I feel like Katie would say 300 IM. She's good at that.
300, but I mean, I would do a 300 IM if I had to, but 100 IM should be added.
Wait, yeah, I think it should be added. Yeah.
100 IM is fun.
Yeah.
Alex, do you think the NCAA is sending a bad message by only counting divers as half a person?
I don't know. Probably, I guess.
I don't know. I've kind of always thought that they should be completely separate, like meets or something.
They are very different. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I could see how it would look bad to count them as half a person,
yeah.
but it helps because then you can bring more people.
Hey, listen, I swam on a team that benefited from it too, but it was just weird.
So
Purdue doesn't want it separate. We love having diving, swimming and diving at Purdue.
give us the divers.
All right, Kate, what's the most impressive swim you've ever seen live?
Oh God, I don't know.
Impressive.
I mean, I really loved watching Alex's 2 IM this summer at Worlds.
Oh,
That
That
was
was
impressive.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I always find it impressive when it's like my friend or someone close to me that I'm watching.
Yeah. What about you, Alex?
I will say. What did I think was impressive?
Watching
I mean-
Katie Grimes swim is impressive.
That is true. Also, two. Christoph at Worlds in the 2 fly, I was impressed by, and then like NCs watching Gretchen and Kate do the 50 free, and you guys going both under
pretty
21.
fun.
That was impressive.
That was crazy. Yeah, I would agree. As someone who never went 19 in a dual meet, watching you guys go 20 point, I was like, oh my gosh, wow.
You're like, oh.
Kate, how long until we see a sub 2 minute 200 breaststroke course yards?
I don't know. Well, I might be doing my last one pretty soon. So
We got 3 weeks.
All right.
we'll see what happens
6 weeks.
in March.
Yeah,
2
much.
months, less than 2 months. I love it. Alex, what is one prediction about NCAAs you have that nobody's talking about?
Nobody's talking about.
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? That's like who's going to come surprise people?
Mm,
It's hard.
I don't know. Oh, hold on. I can think about this.
Kate's going to win the 500 free, and Gretchen's going to go 19. I love it.
Wait, I think my roommate Anna Keating, I think she's gonna pop off in the 2 breast.
Yeah.
I love it.
And,
I also think Amy Candy is going to go really
oh,
fast.
and yeah. People are
Perfect.
sleeping on these first years.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on those Virginia first years.
No, don't.
When are they going to learn? I don't know when they're going to learn.
I know.
All right. Last one is, do you guys do social kick?
Yes.
Yes, we do. A
How
lot.
often do you do it?
We love our social kick.
We do it almost every day.
There's one of the coaches, Jake. His group does 100 social kick for warm up every day.
Oh, hell yeah. I could get behind that. That's
Yeah.
I would say our warm down.
Warm
includes
down,
some social kick.
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
It's the funnest part of swimming, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah.
I love it. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a pleasure talking with you both, and we look forward to seeing you tear it up at NCAAs in Knoxville. So until then, I know you've got a few things coming up, but so again, thanks for hanging out. That's it for this episode of Social Kick. We'll see you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. If you're enjoying Social Kick, tell your friends about it, and be sure to tell us what you liked by leaving a comment, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Social Kick, and you can find all of our content on our website,